Today marks 60 years since President John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
And we've been taking a look back with never before broadcast film of Kennedy in Aliquippa, and also video with a Secret Service agent who's bringing out some new information about a bullet he found in the president's limo right after he was shot. But this morning, Michelle has a one-on-one interview with Dr. Cyril Wecht, who's been focusing on the president's death for the last 60 years. I'm really interested to hear what he had to say.
Oh, he has a lot to say. Dr. Wecht, the former coroner in Allegheny County, has examined all the evidence, and he thinks there was a cover-up. The world watched in horror. President John F. Kennedy was shot in Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 1963. One person in Pittsburgh, though, watched the film with a different perspective, through the lens of forensic science.
I was quite critical of the autopsy, and over the years, as I have delved into the case extensively, I have become more critical. Dr. Cyril Wecht is 92 years old now and has spent most of his life analyzing the JFK assassination. The Warren Commission concluded Lee Harvey Oswald alone shot 3 bullets from the 6th floor of the book depository. The first shot missed, the second struck Kennedy and Texas Governor Connally, and the third bullet was fatal to Kennedy. My analysis is that the Warren Commission is quite wrong. I believe there were 2 shooters. I'm not at all certain that Lee Harvey Oswald was one of the 2 shooters, although I don't have a problem, so to speak.
So you think they might have even gotten the wrong guy?
Yes, that's indeed possible.
It's that second bullet, the trajectory of it, and all the damage they said it did that made Dr. Wecht so skeptical. He called it the magic bullet. He says the bullet's path just doesn't make sense.
It's ridiculous.
In addition, he says the quick timing of the bullet's firing would not be physically possible. Dr. Wecht was actually the first civilian given permission to examine the physical evidence, and he was the one who discovered President Kennedy's brain was missing from the case file and has never been examined. He says that's just another suspicious thing because that brain would hold the answers of whether there was more than one gunman. So why do you think the Warren Commission decided what they did?
It was a kind of a rush to judgment. They wanted to get something out there quickly as possible, to calm the American people and the world down.
So, who does Dr. Wecht think killed JFK? He told me that he does not think it was the mafia or the Soviets or Vice President Lyndon Johnson. While he's not quite sure of who, he suspects it was a high-ranking CIA agent or a recently retired CIA agent. Again, many other people have examined the evidence and feel the Warren Commission report was accurate. The various theories began, though, shortly after the shooting in 1963 and continue even today.